Hello and welcome to this episode of the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. Here at the Mahalakshmi Racecourse, it's me, Mandira Lalwani. First up is all the racing action from around India, and the two top races in this are the Shapurji Palanji sponsored Juvenile Coal Stakes and the Filly Stakes.
It was graduation day of sorts for the equine girls and boys on the 18th of March in Mumbai. The Forbes Breeders Juvenile Fillies Championship and the Shapurji Palanji Breeders Juvenile Girls Championship are two Grade 3 races that test the young aspiring thoroughbreds over the metric mile. They always attract a host of potential champions. On the very same card, the RWITC chose to commemorate one of its long-servicing officials, Dadi Edenwala, who tragically passed away recently while still serving the club as a member of the Board of Appeal. With a strong crowd in large numbers thronging the racecourse, Mahalakshmi was once again bursting with activity. Also conspicuous was a charity drive which saw international cricketer Brett Lee's organisation Music hosting a fund collection program that went for the noble cause of marginalised children in India. The Division 1 of the Dadi Edenwala Trophy saw jockey C.S. Choda keep a strict vigil on the borderline. He was a true Kingfisher trailblazer.
With about 300 meters more to run, Charlie Cole still about half a length in front of Borderline, coming up fast on the outside. Between these two is Starlight Magic. With about 200 to go, they're three in a line. Borderline on the outside, traveling the better. Borderline now storms ahead, a length and a half, two in front of Charlie Cole and Starlight Magic. Borderline now easily wins this one from Starlight Magic, finish up second. Then comes Charlie Cole, Stuntacular as the race past the finish.
Dadi Edenwala's daughter Shireen gave away the trophies to the winning connections. The contenders for the Forbes Breeders Juvenile Fillies Championship came into the paddock next, and the patrons lined up to pick their choice on final paddock looks. Maple Star looked a picture, having stripped fit after her two victories coming into this race. She had broken out of her maiden ranks with a victory in the steward's room and then gone on to showcase her wear in a triumphant next assignment, the AGP Multimillion. She was in line for a hat-trick, and but for giving way to her rivals, looked all set to score one. Angel Child had just tasted blood. She was coming into this race with a victory over a mile and was the only one to have won over this distance. She looked calm and composed and also had a share of supporters. Halle had won his 7th furlong after a grim battle and had shown signs that the mile would not be too hard a tug. She was looking in fine fettle and had the form to match. Portia was the filly who begged for her attention. She had won on debut over the Scurry, but in her subsequent run she had covered a lot of ground to run a good second over 7 furlongs. This did imply that she would make the mile trip, and her walk around the paddock showed why she was considered a live threat in this set. Samantha from Dallas Todiwala's stable had blown the opposition away in a 6-furlong sprint, her only career start so far. She had won with a handsome margin and her final acceleration had been promising. She looked as good as any in the parade ring. The 7 fillies left for the gates, and the buzz in the ring revolved around Portia and Samantha. The bets on the rest were trickling in, with Maple Star, Angel Child and Sun Salutation amongst the fancies.
They are off and racing for the Forbes Breeders Juvenile Fillies Championship Grade 3. Little slowly off, there's Angel Child. More slowly out, Sun Salutation. And as they settle down to race, Samantha darts ahead, a length in front of Hawley in second position. Tucked in towards the inside race, there's Maple Star. Right behind them comes Portia on the inside. On the outside, Nigella. A length and a half further back there comes Angel Child. 2.5 away is Sun Salutation. And as they get up towards the 800 meter marker now, Samantha still calling the shots. A length and a quarter now in front of Harley in second position. Maple Star is towards the inside race, being joined on the outside by Portia. Very close behind them comes Angel Child. Then comes Nigella as they pass the 600 meter marker, and still tailing the field Sun Salutation as they straighten up for home. A little over 400 to go for the Forbes Breeders Juvenile Fillies Championship Grade 3. Samantha comes in on first, hotly chased by Harley in the middle. On the outside there, Portia making a quick forward move. In between them comes Maple Star, then there's Angel Child, Sun Salutation, Nigella on the outside. 300 meters more to run. It's Samantha now being challenged on the outside by Maple Star. Puneva, good run in the middle. Harley on the outside. Further wide out there is Portia with about 150 meters more to run. It's Maple Star who's gone ahead from Portia, coming up fast on the outside. Maple Star and Portia. It's Maple Star who wins it from Portia. Then there is Harley as the race past the finish.
Maple Star ran up with the pace at close third behind Samantha and Halle. She rose to the front midway up the straight and galloped on gamely to thwart the challenge from Portia. Maple Star showed great grit and determination, more so considering that she had to carry more weight than the others. Portia was a fighting second and will live to fight another day.
She was actually negligent, same like Haunting Fantasy. And passing anyone, she was stuck in between two horses. But later she gave me the confidence to pass them and then to take them on the post. It was a very nice feeling riding this filly. It's all because of the trainer. I gave all the compliments to the trainer. He's so confidently that I'll win the race in the paddock itself before getting onto the horse. All that confidence helped me show it on the track.
She always raced well, sitting up front.
At which point in time did you think that, yes, now the race is in my pocket, or was Portia also lurking around?
100 from home, she was safe.
Mr. Sarosh Modi of the Manjari Stud Farm gave away the trophy to Kartik Ganpati, who received it on behalf of Dr. M.A.M. Ramaswamy. Maple Star is a daughter of Mull of Kintyre. 2 races later, it was time for the Colts, and the Shapurji Palanji Breeders' Colts Juvenile Championship had 8 in the fray. Towering above them all was Hachiko. Hachiko in Vijay Shirke's Silks had swept all the 3 races that he was assigned to, and his high point was the conquering of the Poonawalla Breeders' Multimillion. Here he had proved that he was a colt to reckon with and had stretched rather than quickened, sustaining a fiery gallop right through to the winning post. He looked impressive as he had done earlier and was rightly installed as the hot favourite. Blue Ace from Dallas Todiwalla's yard had the agony of encountering one better on all of his 3 starts. A headstrong youngster, and he was looking to end that run of runner-up status. He had been knocking on the door and looked like one who'd improve with each and every start. Borsalino had now had the experience of the Mumbai track, and this Padmanabhan charge would certainly go better for it. He had had a good victory down in Bangalore, and with this run under his belt, was more than hopeful of pulling it off. Sumoto saddled by Faisal Abbas. Suwamoto had run a good eye-catching 5th in the Poonawalla Breeders' Multimillion, and everybody was expecting an even better performance from him. He had worked well recently and looked in fine trim. The 8 in the fray left for the starter's call, and the bookmaker's ring was partial to Hachiko. The others in the fray were at lucrative odds.
They're off and racing for the Shapurji Palanji Breeders Juvenile Colts Championship Grade 3 to an even start by all the runners. And as they settle down to race, Borsalino hits the front from Blue Ace in second position. Red Baron is a close third. Suwamoto up on the outside. Then comes Ice Pick towards the inside, making rapid progress. There's Phoenix Force. Very close behind is Nicanora, and tailing the field now is Hachiko. They're galloping past the 800 meter marker now, with Borsalino about half a length in front of Blue Ace in second position. Another length and a quarter behind off the bridle. There's Phoenix Force. On the outside comes Ice Pick. Very close behind them is Nicanora on the inside rail. Suwamoto, Red Baron on the wider outside. A length further back tailing the field. Hachiko still in the last position as they begin to negotiate the home turn. Into the straight, Borsalino comes in home first, about half a length in front of Blue Ace in second position. 2 lengths further back, there's Phoenix Force has come under the stick. Then comes Ice Pick. On the wider outside, Hachiko making his presence felt. On the wide outside, there's Red Baron. Then comes Nicanora with about 250 meters more to run. Borsalino is about half a length in front of Blue Ace, fighting hard to keep up. On the outside there, Hachiko also joining these two with about 100 meters more to run. Borsalino and Blue Ace it is. They're fighting out stride for stride. Borsalino from Blue Ace. Blue Ace on the outside, just about pips Borsalino. Then there is Hachiko is only third. After that comes Suwamoto as they race past the finish.
Borsalino fought out a hard race. He took the lead early and was driving hard to stay ahead, but Blue Ace came to challenge, and the pair fought out the latter half of the homestretch inch for inch. Hachiko was racing a touch too far back after an unfortunate start where he got bumped, came into third but could not make much of it. The weight was probably too much and took its toll. Blue Ace and Rajendra toiled hard for their victory but made the effort worth it, and the owners couldn't have been happier.
I knew my horse. He's a little Magra type. He requires riding, so I just have to pull out. So it helped me to just pull out whatever I can.
It was very heartbreaking, but I kept telling Dallas that we are running the wrong trip. He's beaten by 2 faster horses before that in the 2 millions before this race, and we needed a longer trip. He's still not a settled horse. He's still mentally very immature, puts his head all over the place like you saw. It took a long time to pass Borsellino. It's only that he's a good stayer and a good fighter.
Oh, well, owning horses is a different passion and a different feel altogether. And that's exactly the way I look at my horses with. And today has been a magnificent day because this wonderful horse has always been running second. And today I came and I knew the minute it was drawn 7, I knew that it's going to win because 7 is my number. And I know it was going to win today. It was fantastic win. And the way it won, it was really lovely.
Mr. Shapur Mystery awarded the trophies to the connections. Blue Ace is by Ace and from the Poonawalla Stud Farms, and it was a pleasant surprise when Dr. Cyrus Poonawalla requested Cine star Jackie Shroff to collect the breeder's salver on behalf of the Poonawalla Farms. Mr. Vivek Jain saw the day as a blend of successful races as well as a day for a good cause.
Well, CSR or corporate social responsibility has become a real focus area for us. As you know, we have done brilliant race days, but we thought we must get out of our comfort zone, do many new things, and social causes is one of them. As you know, we had started the season with a day for the Red Cross. We had a very good music performance, Tumani Dai Bate, which was in aid of World AIDS Day. Sonu Nigam's concert was in association with the Rotary Club for a lot of funds and projects of the Rotary Club. So we've been doing many such events targeted at social causes, and the Music India Foundation is one more. It's a very unique initiative of which Brett Lee lends his name, which is how music can empower underprivileged children.
Time now for a quick break here on the Fly Kingfisher winning post, but when we return, we'll go behind the scenes at the Manjari Stud. Thank you for staying with us. Now, Manjari Stud Farm is located in Pune and is one of the leading stud farms in the country. We had a chance to go behind the scenes.
A leading light among stud farms in India, the Manjari Stud located in Pune has some of the best blood in the country. Owned by Shapur Mystery, it's as much a passion as it is a commercial venture. The latest imports at Manjari are the two new stallions, Arabian Gulf and Phoenix Star. Both have impeccable credentials, and at Manjari there is considerable excitement. Arabian Gulf is a son of Sadler's Wells.
Well, he's a very well-built horse, and that shows in his foals also very, very clearly. And it's very clear that the horses are going to be good long-distance horses. And he gives more colts, so that will help them to maintain their form also. Arabian Gulf's babies also show that they are very strong and big colts. Most of them are colts, and they seem to be solid staying type of horses, just like the pedigree suggests.
Arabian Gulf is a stallion with plenty of stamina, and while he looks to be one for the classics, is there a concern when it comes to the early precocious races?
He's a very, very well behaved horse, and he adjusted over here very, very nicely. And he's a very mild-tempered and a very understanding horse. Even in the breeding season, he doesn't get aggressive at all. Like I told you, there are many good colts. So there is one Arabian Gulf out of Liesel, a 2-year-old bought by Mr. Agassi for Imtiaz Seth. He will be good. Then there are few that are bought in Bangalore and Mysore and in South. They will be, and in Hyderabad. I expect them to be good. You will have to be a little patient. It's not that they won't be able to do. They will do well on class, of course they can, but you'll have to wait till the 7 furlong or the at least mile races start for the babies.
Phoenix Star is another wonderfully performed racehorse with the Mr. Prospector and Northern Dancer nick in his pedigree. By another very good sire of sires, his progeny are classic by any standards.
Phoenix Tower's babies are going to be speed and stamina. Like with Arabian Gulf, they're going to be solid stayers. With Phoenix Tower, they're going to be speed and stamina, for sure. And they are very, very athletic horses. And I believe they will come to hand soon. So we expect them to do well in the juvenile races also. Very excited about Phoenix Tower. And both Arabian Gulf and Phoenix Tower, their babies are absolutely correct. Not much false in them, because they have to be athletes. So the more correct they are in their conformation, that much better. It will help them to perform. So luckily with both these stallions, Arabian Gulf and Phoenix Tower, all the babies are really perfect.
The long-time resident sire Senior is a very versatile sire and does throw a lot of speed in his horses. He's also responsible for the greatest sprinter in the history of Indian racing.
It's not that Senior has only thrown fast horses. If you know that Riyasat won the Oaks in 2009, Goblin won the Pune Derby 1 year earlier. So, I mean, they are long distance races. With Senior, it's just that he himself also developed and matured as a 5-year-old. So, obviously, some of the thing is going to pass on to his babies. So, likewise, with the foals, with his babies also, you need to be patient. Let them develop as 3-4-year-olds. That's when you'll actually know whether what is the correct distance. We are just making them run because of the baby races, and that's when, even if it is a mid-distance type of horse, a staying type of horse, possibly he has to run sprint races to do well. In fact, I feel Senior can throw horses that are mid-distance and a bit more. That is my personal opinion.
Stallion management is all a part of Manjri's success. Sarosh Modi explains.
Early morning he has his exercise. We lunch them, all the stallions, and then we leave them out in the paddock. When they open, each one has their own, and they are brought inside once it gets warm. In the winter at about 11:30, 11:15, but in the summer by 10:30 they are inside in their stables. And then when it cools down in the evening, they are left outside, and then again in the nights we bring them back inside. It's not advisable to stall rest a horse for a long time, because then no matter how much you exercise them, but when you leave them in an open ground, it's the natural instinct they would want to run. And in a monsoon is going to be for 3 months, so you cannot keep them inside for 3 months. So it's better to exercise them, and no matter the rain, just try to give them the normal paddock life, which will reduce any chance of risk of they getting injured.
Exceptional upbringing practices at the Manjri stud have made it amongst the most successful farms in Indian history.
Regarding getting foreign mares, Mr. Shapur Mistry and his son, they do a lot of homework, and they try to buy the mares which are going to suit all our stallions, and that is how it has helped us to get the success. It makes it easy, and so I think they put in a lot of effort to try and get the best type of brood mares that they can, which suits all our stallions, not just any one particular one.
And when added to this is the implication of having the important broodmare sire influence of Roberto through Major Impact, it's clear that the Manjri stud continues to build on successes, setting new foundations for new boundaries all the time.
Staying with the breeding industry, we now introduce Nanoli Blue Bloods. Now this is a segment which demystifies the breeding industry and all the buzz around pedigree.
The easiest and best way to keep track of how well a stallion is doing is with the use of statistical data. The use of different parameters to gauge the success of a stallion is extremely important, considering that billions of dollars are spent each year to purchase thoroughbreds from all parts of the world. Furthermore, knowing which stallions have been successful help us to narrow down the quest for the next classic winner. While statistics are only a guideline, they are used extensively across the globe when it comes to selecting horses. Apart from examining the total earnings that all the progeny of a stallion has earned over the year, it is also important to consider how many winners a stallion has had, and that too from how many runners. This is a simple but very effective tool when it comes to increasing the chances of success, as it effectively provides a success ratio or a percentage. It may happen often that leaders on the two lists are completely different, and arguably this can get confusing for some. While both lists are best utilized together, the difference between the two lists can help in selecting a racehorse with a specific purpose in mind. While a list that considers earnings will almost always require group performance from a stallion's progeny to see him at the top, the list that exclusively considers the number of winners to the number of starters will tell you which stallions provide winners on a most consistent basis.
Time now for a quick break here on the Fly Kingfisher winning post, but stay put, we'll be back with plenty more. Welcome back to the Fly Kingfisher winning post. Now the Dubai World Cup is just a few days away. Let's have a look at one of the top contenders, Rocketman from Singapore, in the special Kingfisher Trailblazers.
The Kranji Stakes A on the 4th of March had a buzz about it when Singapore's champion Rocketman entered the parade ring. In what was strategically his final race in Singapore before the champion shipped across to Dubai to defend his Golden Shaheen title, Patrick Shaw's charge was back to the minimum possible win payout at Kranji. Rocketman had been eased into his spring campaign after his trips to Japan and Hong Kong, and Baron Boster, as usual, had been entrusted with the reins to see the champion return to his best. With all the other 6 runners paying out in 3 figures, the most supported of the lot was Leticia Dragon's charge, Rapido Star. It was, however, back to business for the champ as he took the race by the scruff of its neck to spread eagle the field.
Moon going up on the outside, but Rocketman's going to cruise across and take the lead. Next of all is Mr. Timely and a gap away to Speed Baby. Into the straight they come. Rocketman is the front runner. Powell tried to pressurise him with Tuxedo Moon, but Rocketman kicked away a length. Now 2 on Tuxedo Moon. Then Rapido Star, Mr. Timely down the outside. Forster gave a couple to Rocketman. He extends, he races away. Rapido Star runs on to second. Tuxedo Moon fights on. Mr. Timely down the outside, but another spine-tingling run from Rocketman. Rocketman bolts in by 4.
Yeah, he felt good, you know. He's a little bit on his toes. Obviously, he hadn't run for a while, so he's a bit excited going down. But I just kept him nice and relaxed, you know. Going against the field like this, you just got to take him through spaces, and he bounced nicely. And I could afford to just give him a nice breather down the back stretch. Change legs nicely into the corner and turn for home. Yeah, he sort of had a look a little bit. I gave him one reminder, and he's just really cooking away nicely. So, you know, fitness-wise, he's had a good blow, but I think he's going to come on big time from here, so I'm happy.
Rocketman looked spot on at this stage to peak on Dubai World Cup Day at the end of March. A back-to-back victory there will clearly be a fitting tribute to a thoroughbred who has been one of the greatest ambassadors that Singapore horse racing has ever had.
Well, on the international stage, we have the Dubai World Cup to look forward to. And here in India, we have the Carl Umbriger Trophy. Let's have a look at the top contenders for these races.
Onassis from Pacey Shroff's yard is a leading contender in the Carl Umbriger Trophy on Sunday the 25th of March 2012 at Mahalakshmi Racecourse. He worked well with Tolstoy, going 10 under for his spurt. Dear Henry is another contender who worked well, and he spurted home in 50 seconds for the 4-furlong journey. The other eye-catching pieces of work were Pirateer and Baringo, who stormed home. Baringo is entered in the Jimmy Barucha Trophy this weekend and will have to tackle Erotic Flame, who's also worked well. Tipping Tim believes that while Onassis is a horse to beat, Ranthambore will provide enough excitement and could win the Carl Umbriger Trophy.
Well, that's all we have time for on this episode of the Fly Kingfisher winning post, but you can rest assured we'll be back with all the news, all the action from the Dubai World Cup and all the other races from India and around the world next week. Till then, may the horse be with you.
Fly Kingfisher winning post is powered by the Serum Institute of India and Hirco Industries.